Let us open our Bibles today in the book of Exodus chapter 3. I'd like to begin reading in verse number 10. The King James Version Bible has this to say, Come now therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. God was calling Moses through the amazing sight of the burning bush, which the fire cannot consume, the bush itself. This is the first alibi of Moses recorded in verse number 11 of chapter 3. And Moses said unto God, Who am I, that I should go unto Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt? Lack of faith, lack of trust in the Lord is shown in what Moses has said. In verse number 14, let's jump. And God said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am hath sent me unto you. He was in the presence of the Most High God, and he is beholding a miracle. And God is calling him, but he was hesitating. He was trying to make an excuse, or he was trying to make an alibi, or he is just plainly afraid for his own life because he remembered the experience that he murdered an Egyptian in defense of a Hebrew, and he was afraid for his life. But God continues to say to him, I am that I am, the most powerful statement of who God is. In chapter 4 and verse number 1, Moses' second alibi is bared. And Moses answered and said, But behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice, for they will say, The Lord hath not appeared unto thee. So Moses thought about this hindrance in his own calling, that the people of God will not believe him, or they will believe that he had seen God, or hid his face and had seen the miracle of God in the burning bush experience. And Moses' third alibi is recorded in verse number 10 of chapter 4. And Moses said unto the Lord, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech and a slow of tongue. Verse number 11, And the Lord said unto him, Who hath made man's mouth, or who maketh the dumb, or deaf, or the seeing, or the blind? Have not I the Lord? So Moses was trying to lay out his negative thoughts or his fear to lead the people. He knows it's very foreboding, it's very solemn and sacred task to lead a multitude of God's people mixed in with other nations who are trying to get out of the bondage of Egypt. And so, friends, today, when we are experiencing hesitation, or we are experiencing fear in our own lives, remember that God is calling each and every one of us not only to be watchmen, but also to be leading out people out of the bondage of Egypt. Egypt represents here spiritual hypocrisy, false religious belief, worldliness, the god of money, the god of power, the god of greed. Egypt is represented by an adulterous nation worshiping many gods. And each one of us today in this solemn time is being called to lead someone else out of that bondage. Maybe it's our spouse, maybe it's our children, maybe it's our family members, relatives and friends, co-workers. Friends, it is a high time for us to be awakened. We may not have the burning bush experience so that we will be convinced, but every day as we see miracle in our lives, we will be convinced that the Lord is calling us to be ready and to make others ready. What is your excuse? What is your alibi? What is your fear? Friends, the God who is calling you is the God of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob. The Most High, most powerful, living God. He is who He is. I am that I am, says the Lord. Let us put our trust in Him in this waning time of Earth's history. We are on the cusp of eternity. Praise God, my friends. The Lord is coming imminently, very, very soon. I believe it with all my heart. Let us be ready. The time of tribulations, the time of persecutions is being aroused in this world. Let us be ready. Let us be ready. Let us be ready.